Sci-Fi Addict here. It's been a while since my last video. I've been kind of busy, but all that has come to a stop. I'm now going to be resting because I've got 2 broken ribs, and it's kind of hard to breathe, let alone move and go to work and do stuff like that. So I may be talking a little bit slower as I'm trying to struggle to breathe here. So feel free to click on the modifier at the bottom of the video here and increase the speed to maybe 1.25 or 1.5, whatever you prefer. But I'll be talking a little bit slower. So I have an older friend that, well, he had a little bit of trouble using an email. He didn't quite know how to. So I thought I'd go to YouTube and look up a tutorial video and send him the link for it. But most of the videos I saw online were, well, complete crap. So I'm going to make a video of my own. Now, I'm on Linux, and I've got a couple of choices of local email clients. I personally use Thunderbird, but I'm also going to show you something called SeaMonkey. It's actually a multi-program program. It's email, HTML, RSS news, in addition to being email in the browser kind of thing. Now, you don't have to have a local client for email. You can do email online through various websites like Proton Mail, Outlook.com, Hotmail.com, same thing actually, Yahoo, MSN, etc. So first I'll take a look at SeaMonkey. Now, your email client and your web-based email are going to have roughly the same parts to the window. You're going to have a part on the left that shows your various folders for your accounts. You'll have an area where you will see the emails that you have received. And if you click on that email, typically there's a window that'll display the content of that email. And then there may be another window for things like calendars. Now, and then you'll have functional buttons across the top. So this is the SeaMonkey Composer. Now let me click on the Thunderbird. So on the Thunderbird here, I've got multiple email accounts here on the left. I've got the emails that I've received here in the center. And if I wanted to, I could have a calendar on the right, but I've turned it off. So they look pretty much the same, even the online ones. So let me pull up a web page here that is Proton Mail. And I'm going to log into one of my accounts. So even the online email has, on the left, various folders. Here is where the list of emails that I have received would be. There are none because it's a new account. I think I have some in trash. Yeah. So there's your list of emails kind of thing. And then if you click on the email over here on the right, you would see the content of that email. So let me click on Compose here. So in a composed email message, you've got your typical fields of from, to, subject, and then down below is the body of the email that you're going to be typing in. Now, for the recipients, it's going to be standardly set to the field of to, but there are other fields. For instance, there is an option for CC, which is carbon copy, and BCC, which is blind carbon copy. And when you click on an email that already exists, you'll have several buttons to choose from. Okay, so I just went to my trash folder here to get one. So here's a spam email that I received from Price Runner. So all the options here are listed as icons. So I can come over here and I can click on this button for reply, or I can click on this button for reply all, and the next one's probably forward, which it is. And then there are other options here in the drop down. Move to inbox, move to trash, etc. So if I were to reply to this email, I would click reply. and it opens up a window. And of course it fills in my email address and your typical to field. That's the person I'm sending it to. And then your subject of the email, and then down below is the content of the email message. Now of course, since this is a reply, it already automatically included the content of the original email down below. Now I can type my reply at the top of that, or I can scroll down to the bottom and put my reply at the end of it. And if I don't want the content of that email here at all, I can just highlight it all and just hit delete. So I can type in my message. And then I can click on the button for send down here. So that's what the online email account looks like. And I've got the same thing here in my Thunderbird email client, which is a local program resident on my computer. And I can click the right button to bring up another window to create an email. And again, it's who it's being sent from, who I'm going to be sending it to, and I'm going to be writing in a subject and the message body. But I've got some additional fields here. So I've got mine set up to automatically do a reply to one specific email account because I have multiple email accounts. So I can be sending from any account, but any replies that come back will all automatically go to this one specific account. Now I've got a to field, but that's not just the one option. Again, there's carbon copy, blind carbon copy, and a reply to option. So again, you got your subject, and then you got your body where you type in your message. And then of course you've got your send button right up here to send it. So I'm just going to kill that. So that's Thunderbird. And again, in here for SeaMonkey, you've got the same kind of options. I can always use my menus across the top, or I can use the buttons. So if I click on Compose, I can compose an email. And I've got an option for doing plain text or HTML. Most emails are sent as plain text. But if you know how to do HTML, you can do additional things to the email. Put in things like embedded frames for video, various animated pictures and things like that. And again, the email message window has pretty much the same standard options. It's saying who the email is coming from. You've got my to carbon copy, blind carbon copy options, and this program has a few other options. You would type in the email address of who you're sending it to, you type in your subject, and then you're down here in the body of the email message where you type in the actual message. And then you would click the button for send. And of course, you can always do things like attach a file to an email. So I can go in here, attach a file, and say I've got another a picture that I want to send. I can find where that picture is on my computer and click on it, and it would be attached to the email as an attachment. So I can do that up here under the menu for File, Attach, or I can just simply click on this box over here that says Attachments, and then it would open up my computer and I would start looking for the file that I want to attach. And then of course you've got your send button, which would send it off. So they all look pretty much the same. So again, you're going to have a window on the left that has a list of folders. You'll have a section that lists the actual emails that you have already received. And then if you click on one of those emails, it'll either open up a new window or it has a separate window down below or to the side where you can read what's in the email. And then some other programs will have a calendar section. And that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say about emails. Now, of course, your online services can be accessed from anywhere around the planet that you can have access to a computer to. So you log in from that computer to your email account which is with various services like Proton Mail or Hotmail or Yahoo, etc. A local client is typically going to have an account with your internet service provider. So if you have an account with, let's say, Rogers or Bell Media, they will give you the details of your account, that you put in the port number, the domain servers, incoming, outgoing, what type of security it uses, any certificates, etc., into your email client program in order to access email through their services. Web-based services, that's pretty much already done in the background. But with a local client, you have to put that information in. But the local client will typically have some additional stuff that you can do that your online client can't. Although that has rapidly changed in the last 20 years, where now your online clients can do almost everything that a local client can do. But one of the things that most of them can't do yet is have multiple accounts open at once. With a local client, you can put in 15 different emails with 15 different services, even various online services, and you can just, with a click of a mouse, quickly access each and every one. Whereas an online service, you would have to log into each service and then log out and then go to the next service, unless you had multiple browser windows open and you've logged into each and every one individually. The local clients still have a little bit of an advantage in that regard. So there we go, a short little 12-minute video on email. So more videos later. Have fun.